Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. Tonight, we present the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series with 5 divisions of competition. At this time, we ask that each and every one of you please rise up from your seats, and gentlemen, remove your caps. If you are moving around the Speedway grounds, we ask that you pause with us momentarily for our opening ceremonies, which will include this evening an invocation from Luke Bukowski of the New Stanton United Methodist Church, and joining us here on the front straight for opening ceremonies, Cub Scout Pack 15 from Munhall, Pennsylvania, presenting our colors. At this time, we turn the microphone over to Luke Bukowski.
Dear Lord, thank you for this evening. We thank you for the privilege of living in a country where we are able to freely come out and on this beautiful night like this in your presence to enjoy a fun evening. I pray that you will watch over and protect the drivers and each of the fans this evening. I ask, Lord, that you would watch over and protect the men and women in our armed services that keep our country free. Help us walk in your will and increase our faith. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. At the back of this pack, it's Andrew Castelnik, a feature winner this season, and the 48 is Mike Bacalon as the green flag wave. Nearly 3 wide out of turn number 2 and down the back straight. Race leader Tony Manganello door to door with the 15 of Jonathan Heilman. Manganello in the 50 car was a feature winner last season here at Motordrome twice and a feature winner at Jennerstown Speedway. And just like the 15 of Jonathan Heilman, those wins in 2008 were the first of his career. New leader is Jonathan Heilman with a pass out of turn 4. Working lap number 2 of 8, and side by side, the leaders now stringing out to single file with the defending champion in 3rd. Sean Phillips in 31 watches this battle between Jonathan Heilman in 15 and Tony Manganello in 50. The battle for 4th heats up in turn number 1. Mike Bacalon in car 48 with 2 wins on the season from North Versailles, Pennsylvania. Moves to the inside of Teddy Gabala in the 3. Gabala was also a 2-time feature winner in 2008, has not won in 09. The crossed flags signal halfway through heat race number 1 for the Napa Street Stocks. Jonathan Heilman, the race leader, Tony Manganello in 2nd, Sean Phillips now a distant 3rd. Now Mike Bacalon in the 48 car headed down the back straight, takes the 4th position away from the 3 of Gabala. Jonathan Heilman out in front in car 15, Tony Manganello in 2nd with 2 laps remaining. Heilman in 15, one of the younger drivers in this division. And Manganello, who's only been racing about 3 or 4 years, a multiple feature winner here at Motordrome, but not yet this season as the white flag waves. Final lap is the indication of the white flag. Nearly playing bumper tag for the heat race win down the back straight. In turn number 4, picking up heat race win number 4 of the season, Jonathan Heilman over Tony Manganello, Sean Phillips, Teddy Gabala, and Mike Bacalon. I believe every driver on the Speedway has been a feature winner in years past here at Motordrome. But so far this season, only the 0 of Dink Colarusso among these drivers has visited victory lane in 09 as the green flag waves. Jason Holder in 74, trying to hold off the most senior driver in this field, the 76 of Tom Knight from Plum. Knight, the early race leader. Dustin Blank dirt tracks the 94 car sideways through turns 3 and 4. Bill Ashton in car 35, the longtime street stock racer from Hopwood, Pennsylvania, trying to challenge Jason Holder for 2nd. Dink Colarusso in 0, the 7-time feature winner. Now gets into the back of Ashton as Ashton had to check up on the gas pedal and allows Jason Holder to build up a 2 or 3 car length advantage in the 2nd position. Colarusso in car 0 with 7 wins, by far the leading feature winner of 2009, and has a 79-point lead in the championship standings coming into tonight as he challenges the 35 of Ashton for 3rd. And he will take that spot away in turn number 4, all by himself at the front of this field in car 76, Tom Knight Sr., the driver from Plum, Pennsylvania. Been racing since the 1970s, I believe, and has indeed won features at the Motordrome Speedway, but none in the last half-decade. Last year he was a winner at Jennerstown Speedway. As the crossed flags indicate halfway through this preliminary heat of 8 laps, 4 down, 4 to go. Knight had a couple of second-place finishes here last season and a win at Jennerstown, leading Dink Colarusso in the 0 from Greensburg. Colarusso started last in this field. He's up to 2nd now as the division points leader. Close racing there for 3rd, Jason Holder and Bill Ashton. Ashton has been traveling the country with the Frank Kimmel Street Stock Series, competing out in the Midwest this season when not racing here at Motordrome. And we have a lead battle with 2 laps to go. The J. Poli Incorporated AK chassis number 0 of Dink Colarusso, pulling up very close to the 76 of Tom Knight Sr. White flag is waving, indicating final lap around. Can Colarusso steal another heat race win? Will Tom Knight Sr. get his first checkered flag of the season? They're going to possibly be side by side in the final turn, and they are. Trading paint for the heat race win. Knight on the outside, Colarusso on the inside. And by a fender, Dink Colarusso picks up the heat race win over Tom Knight Sr., Jason Holder, Bill Ashton, and Aaron Minja. Suarez in 2, Eugene Zerfoss in 23, Dave Kumpfmiller in 73, and Paul Koffler Jr. in 05 as the green flag waves. 6 laps the distance for the first heat race in Coca-Cola Super Compact competition for tonight's big event. And Matt Sever, the points leader, is out in front. He has a dominant hold on victory lane this season with 7 feature victories to his credit already. Feature winners in this heat race include leader Matt Sever from West Newton, Pennsylvania, the 5 of Larry Tex Dunmeyer, the transplanted Texas native, and the 05 of West Leisenring, Pennsylvania's Paul Koffler Jr. 3 drivers in this field have won in 2009. '71 car of Troy Knight, 3rd on the speedway, driving the Hills Glass Experts machine. He is doing double duty tonight, also competing in the modifieds for the first time tonight, so the driver in 3rd in this heat race will be coming out later with his Hills Glass Express modified tonight. Up front, the lead interval has dwindled as Matt Sever is now just about a car length and a half away from the front bumper of Larry Tex Dunmeyer in car 5. It's Troy Knight in 3rd, and professional wrestler Andres Suarez in car number 2 is 4th. Side by side for the lead coming out of turn number 2. Dunmeyer in the 5 car is a 4-time feature winner. Matt Sever is a 7-time feature winner on the inside. They come into tonight 1st and 2nd in the points. They're 1st and 2nd on the racetrack as the white flag signals final time around. Dunmeyer on the outside for the heat race win. Sever, who's led the entire distance, now losing by a bumper on the back straight, but it will only be official at the scoring line as they approach the flag stand for lap number 6 and the heat race win. They're trading paint out of turn 4. Nearly a dead heat. We'll have to get confirmation from the scorers on that photo finish from McKeesport. 6 more laps for the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. And the green flag is out. The Super Compact race cars are 4-cylinder, front-wheel drive, street passenger cars, modified only for driver safety and competing on street tires. This is the entry level of competition in the NASCAR Whelen Series, and Bill Schwartz in car 31 is challenging Dan Brink in the 43 and taking away the 2nd position. Race leader is Paul Koffler III. Koffler, a veteran of dirt track racing at the Farmington Speedway. This year a pavement racer, and his father has won a feature here this season. As Paul Koffler III leads young Bill Schwartz, 2 of the young Lions in this division, then Dan Brink in the 43. 76, Jessica Knight trying to move under the 1 of Paul Koffler Sr. Have a couple of young ladies in competition with the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. Remember, race fans, tonight's 50-50 raffle drawing benefits the Smithton Volunteer Fire Company. And at the midpoint of this 6-lap heat race, want to remind you that you can't take home that pot of gold collected by the Smithton Fire Department unless you purchase your ticket. You can do that right now by flagging down a member of the Smithton Volunteer Fire Company. But up front, 2 young Lions in the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. Paul Koffler III and the 31 of Bill Schwartz, and Schwartz is gaining on the leader. He's got 2 more laps to try and challenge for the win here. Coming into tonight's action, Bill Schwartz in the 2nd position is 6th in the championship point standings. And Koffler III is 9th in the championship chase. White flag will be displayed this time, signaling to 2 young drivers that they have 1 more trip around this half-mile speedway to the checkered flag. Heat race number 2 for the Coca-Cola Super Compacts on their biggest night of the season. Down the back straight for the final time. The young driver from West Leisenring, Pennsylvania, in car 48 heads to the checkered flag for his 2nd heat race win of the season. Paul Koffler III will win it over Bill Schwartz, Jessica Knight, Dan Brink, and Paul Koffler Sr. 47, Mark Tringes Jr., and 11, Stephen Sheltman as the green flag waves. 6 more laps to help determine the starting order for tonight's 25-lap feature in the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. And Zatola in the 9 car takes the early race lead. Sean Rich is off the pace on the back straight, and cars are going by him 3 wide. And we've got contact as Shelton in the 11 will spin. The rookie driver from Pittsburgh goes around in turn 3, but if he can roll that car, we will then continue green flag status, and we're gonna need a caution flag perhaps, and we do. Steven Shizatola brings us back to green flag condition. In second spot, Mary Catherine Shimko from Keisterville. In third, Kevin Ludwig from Star Junction. Then it's the 47 of Mark Tringes Jr. and his cousin, the 46 of Sean Rich. There's the 11 of Shelton after the caution flag spin. Zatola in car 9 looking for his first checkered flag of any kind here at Motordrome. Out in front of Mary Catherine Shimko, who has really been strong of late. Cheering on Mary Catherine Shimko tonight is her grandfather, Wilbur Felton. Tomorrow, Wilbur celebrates his 80th birthday as the grandfather of the driver of the Bull of the Woods gear number 44, who is in second spot. Race leader Andy Zatola in the 9 sees the crossed flag signaling halfway home. Kevin Ludwig in 51 hanging on to third over Mark Tringes Jr. They are side by side for third, in fact, here on lap 3 of 6. Tringes, the youngster in 47, trying to wrestle that position away from Star Junction veteran Kevin Ludwig in 51. Race leader Zatola doing a great job in his first season in car number 9. And as we announced last week, Mary Catherine Shimko, finally after over 3 years of competition at Motordrome Speedway, has her learner's permit to become a street licensed driver. The teenager's gained valuable experience here on the track, and she'll be putting that to use on the street very soon as the white flag signals to Andy Zatola. 1 lap till a first career heat race win. Tringes Jr. now in third, Shelton now in fourth after the spin in car 11. And around the Motordrome half mile for the last time, the driver of car number 9 headed for a career first checkered flag out of turn number 4. Andy Zatola will win it over Mary Catherine Shimko in second. In third, Mark Tringes Jr. In fourth, Stephen Shelton, and in fifth, Kevin Ludwig in car 51. The 3-time track champion driving car 15 for tonight's heat race. Green flag is out. 10 laps the distance for heat race number 1 in the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models. Neil Brown takes the early race lead. Barry Audi in 75 challenging Steve Black for second position, and Audi will take over the runner-up spot. The NASCAR Subway Super Late Models single file with Neil Brown, the race leader, Barry Audi second, Steve Black in third. Fourth, it's Gary Wiltrout, then side by side, Mark Poole in 96 and young Kyle Martell in 59. Martell now loses the handle just a bit. He is an ARCA Remax Series competitor this season when not racing in the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models here at Motordrome. 3 of 10 laps completed. Neil Brown out in front after a dominating performance in last week's Commonwealth Contracting 100. Brown took home a huge paycheck last Friday, and now leading Barry Audi in 75. Mentioned that driver change, the 15 car normally steered by Todd Price. That machine sponsored by Ross's Shop and Save, being steered right now by Rick Miller, the 3-time champion, just for this heat race. Todd Price will be back behind the wheel of the Ross's Shop and Save Ford when it comes to feature time. But the battle for third right now finds the 95 of Gary Wiltrout diving to the inside of the 1 of Steve Black, maybe 3 wide as Mark Poole joins the battle in 96. 3 cars fighting for third position with 4 laps to go. Gary Wiltrout, a feature winner this season, 95. 96, Mark Poole, a 3-time winner this season, and the 1 of Steve Black from Greensburg. The Penn West Toyota Lift sponsored Camry, number 1, hanging on to third spot on lap 7. He has got serious pressure from the third level direct Stone and Company Megan Ford of Gary Wiltrout. Mark Poole settles back into the 5th position now with Rick Miller right there in car 15 as there are 2 laps remaining. Two laps to go and 2 cars have broken away from the rest of this field. Neil Brown and Barry Audi have checked out on the rest of these competitors. And a white flag shown to Neil Brown in car 98, who won his heat race last week before going on to that big feature win. Still a torrid fight for 3rd position that we'll watch down the back straight, but coming out of turn number 4. Heat race victory once again for Neil Brown in car 98 over Barry Audi in 2nd, Steve Black in 3rd, Gary Wiltrout in 4th, Mark Poole in 5th. Gregory Kelly and points leader Mark Catone lead them to the green, and we're up to full speed. Into turn 1, young Gregory Kelly in 44 and Mark Catone in 31, duking it out for the lead. Catone, a feature winner this season and 2-time track champion. We got a spin. Joe Moose goes around. The 78 of Doug Bakioki will spin, and we'll need a caution flag. Loose. Green flag is out. 10 laps for the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models. And Catone putting his first laps on this new racing machine. Will steal the lead away from Gregory Kelly. Nathan Russell on the outside. The teenager in car 26 right alongside former champion Bobby Henry. Gregory Kelly in the 2nd spot. The D&K Sales and Service Froggy 44. And side by side behind him, the Palagrudo Motorsports 11 of Bobby Henry. And the 26 of Russell, who now falls back into 4th. Dan Lewis is off the pace. The Liberty Stanton Racing number 8 of Dan Lewis slowing in turn number 2. If he can make it to the pit gate on the back straight, we will stay green flag condition. And we're gonna need a caution flag for the 8 of Lewis slowing on the back straight. Green flag is back out, 7 laps remaining. Mark Catone, whose car is usually sponsored by Auto Express Transportation and Evanuic Racing Engines, out in front of Gregory Kelly, then Bobby Henry. In the 3rd level direct, Stone and Company Megan Ford, Russell in 4th. Interesting battle for 2nd. Can the teacher pass his student? Gregory Kelly in car 44, the former Rookie of the Year, grew up as a Bobby Henry fan and now has his mentor behind him in 3rd. Midpoint of this final heat race for the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models. 5 down, 5 to go. Catone the race leader. Gregory Kelly in 2nd, Bobby Henry in 3rd, and Henry looking to make a move. 2 residents of Connellsville, Pennsylvania go side by side on the front straight. Henry to the inside, drifting up and nearly making contact with his protege. And they are still side by side through turns 3 and 4. Henry, a feature winner this season. Kelly, a feature winner last season. And with 3 laps to go, it's a heated fight for 2nd position. Several car lengths behind race leader Mark Catone. Now Henry with another good run to the inside. This time they do touch in turn 4. Gregory Kelly able to hold strong on the outside of the Motordrome Speedway. A nip and tuck battle for 2nd. Kelly on the outside, his mentor Bobby Henry on the inside as there is 1 lap remaining. And officially at the scoring line, Bobby Henry by a fender will be scored in the runner-up position, but Kelly battles back and now nearly disaster on the back straight. Kelly has to get off the throttle. Now Nathan Russell makes contact. Kelly will spin in turn 4 and we need a caution flag. 31, Bobby Henry in 11. Green flag is back out. Two drivers at the front of this field with no love lost for one another. With several car lengths in between, these two drivers made contact under green and caution flag conditions a few weeks back. But with the white flag in the air, Mark Catone has the advantage. A heated battle for third. Joe Moose in 83 currently holds the spot on the final lap. In turns 3 and 4, the points leader for 2009 will collect his 4th heat race win of the season. Mark Catone gets the checkered flag over Bobby Henry in 11, Joe Moose in 83, Nathan Russell and Gregory Kelly. Billy Rebar. 96 is feature winner Lonnie Hoffman, and the 76 is Troy Knight making his first start. Green flag is out, 8 laps the distance for heat race number 1 for the YO Tech Modifieds. Bobby Shipp, the early race leader in car 04, Gary Scott in second, and younger brother of the race leader in third, Brian Shipp. Side by side, it's Lonnie Hoffman and the 18 of Billy Rebar. Hoffman slides into fourth. 3 feature winners this season in this field, including the leader, Bobby Shipp, third place, Brian Shipp, and fourth place, the hometown hero, Lonnie Hoffman from Smithton. Bobby Shipp, the race leader, having the season of his career. Winning 3 times thus far, he is second in the championship point standings. In second spot, Gary Scott from Irwin, the veteran campaigner who's found victory lane virtually every season of his career except 2009. Then Brian Shipp in the third spot, Lonnie Hoffman in fourth. Halfway through this heat race, 4 laps down and 4 remaining. Challenge for second. This will be impressive. If Brian Shipp in the 40 car with a cast on his hand can challenge for second position, that will be an impressive run. Bobby Shipp opening up a huge advantage over Gary Scott and Brian Shipp. With 2 laps to go, Lonnie Hoffman is all by himself in fourth. Billy Rebar in fifth. First-time starter Troy Knight in sixth. But the battle to watch is for second. Gary Scott, the veteran, in car 16. And Brian Shipp in car 40, the feature winner this season for the first time in his career. White flag signals final time around to former Charger Division champion Bobby Shipp in the 04. Can his younger brother make a move on the final lap for second? Gary Scott stands in the way of a Shipp brothers sweep and headed into turns 3 and 4. Coming to the line for his 4th heat race win of the season, Bobby Shipp takes the checkered flag over Gary Scott in second, Brian Shipp in third, Lonnie Hoffman in fourth, and Billy Rebar in fifth by inches. George Nicola in car 97, White Oaks, Marion Reno Jr. in car 8, and Dawson's Mike Lemley in car 93 take the green flag. 8 more laps for the YO Tech Modifieds. And current points leader Adam Castelnik takes the lead from the front row. Moving into third in car 3, it's Chris Brink. And look at this battle developing for second position. The Glenn Campbell Gambler, Chris Brink in car 3, the feature winner 3 weeks ago. And Harry Ofer in the 01 will be going side by side behind race leader Adam Castelnik momentarily. Look at George Nicola in car 97 making this a 3-car fight for second. Harry Ofer, the Bell Vernon veteran, holds on to the runner-up spot in car 01 for the moment. As 5-time champion Adam Castelnik leads the way, beginning to work lap 3 of 8. Signal of crossed flags means halfway home. And Harry Ofer doing a terrific job holding off a couple of heavy hitters. Chris Brink on the outside in car 3 on the back straight. Now with his best run so far at the veteran. Brink was a limited late model driver at Jennerstown before switching to the open-wheeled Wyotech Modifieds, and he will take the runner-up spot from Ofer. It's now Adam Castelnik, the leader, Chris Brink in second, Harry Ofer in third, George Nicola fourth, and Matt Panaya, the Plumboro veteran, in fifth. Adam Castelnik, the points leader, with 7 heat race wins coming into tonight, taking the white flag. In turns 3 and 4 for the final time, headed for his 8th heat race win of the season. Adam Castelnik will win it over Chris Brink, Harry Ofer, George Nicola, and Matt Panaya. Steve Settle, points leader, Tracy Keller in 1, John Scott, the rookie, in 71, 44 Bob Garchak Jr., and heavy traffic in turns 1 and 2 for the Chargers. Kristen Ettling in the 8, side by side with Christoffel. And look at Zane Farrell playing bumper tag with those two. Looks like a parade lap, but we're going full speed for the Chargers. Charger Division race cars are 8-cylinder rear-wheel drive street passenger cars with automatic transmissions, modified only for driver safety, competing on street tires, and the youngsters are up front. Nearly making contact, Kristen Ettling in the 8, and the 14 of Zane Farrell. Kristen Ettling in car 8, a dirt track veteran, relatively speaking a pavement rookie. She ran a handful of races last year, and a true racing rookie in car 14, challenging for the lead. Zane Farrell has shocked the Motordrome community with 2 wins as a teenage rookie. Farrell to the inside of Ettling. The 2 youngest drivers in this starting field going door to door on lap 3 of 6. And Farrell, the 2-time feature winner, stealing the lead away from Kristen Ettling. Veteran Jimmy Christoffel is 3rd, Tracy Keller in 4th, the points leader in car 1, then Steve Settle in car 3. We got a problem on the back straight. Smoke coming out of the Farrell 14. The car that has been twice in victory lane has a serious problem. Gets out of the way of the rest of the field, losing fluid on the speedway as the white flag waves. Ettling now the race leader all by herself with 2nd place. Tracy Keller stealing that spot away from Jimmy Christoffel. Heartbreak for last Friday night's feature winner, Zane Farrell. And coming out of turn number 4, a first heat race win of the season for Kristen Ettling in car 8. Tracy Keller will finish 2nd, Jimmy Christoffel 3rd, Steve Settle 4th, and rookie John Scott is 5th. Matt Gardner by 3 points leading the championship standings, starting last in this heat as the green flag waves. Gonna be 3 wide here into turn number 1. Ed Shelton in the 20. And Ron Eifert the 3rd. Couple of Charger Division rookies leading the pack over Denny Keller in 13, the veteran. Sheltman raced 1 season in the 4-cylinder division. And we're 3 wide for the lead. Look at Denny Keller all the way on the bottom. Ron Eifert the 3rd up top, the feature winner 2 weeks ago. And Ed Sheltman, seeking a career first checkered flag in car 20, is now the race leader by 4 car lengths. Denny Keller now into second. Eifert is third. Now single file after that perilous lap number 1 with Ed Shelton of Pittsburgh, the race leader in car 20. Ed Shelton with a brief racing career last season. He was a rookie in the 4-cylinder class. Now moved up to Chargers, and on opening night 2009, the car that's now leading suffered a devastating crash here on the front straight. The car's been repaired, and now with 3/4 of a season experience, Ed Shelton could be on his way to a career first heat win. Denny Keller in second. He led the championship standings early on this season. Ron Eifert III, another division rookie who's won a feature in third spot. And now points leader Matt Gardner in car 7, climbing up to 4th after starting in the last row. White flag signals final time around. And the 20, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, racing sophomore, division rookie, Ed Shelton takes a career first heat win over Denny Keller, Matt Gardner, Ron Eifert, and Ed McConnell. The distance for the Napa Auto Parts Street Stocks, and the green flag is out. Feature racing time is here. Defending champion Sean Phillips not able to come up to speed in car 31, and we're going to go 3 wide on the back straight. Oh, very close racing in the battle for 4th. We make it through turn 3, and the early race leader is Jason Holder in car 74, just by a fender over Bill Ashton in 35. Side by side, 2 rows at the front of the field. Bill Ashton in 35, a feature winner 2 years ago. Jason Holder in 74, looking for his first win of this season. Jonathan Heilman into 3rd in car 15. Working lap 2 of 25. And Bill Ashton, the longtime racing veteran, from Hopwood in car 35, out in front of this field with Jonathan Heilman and Jason Holder side by side for 2nd. Here comes Dink Colarusso, the points leader, has started deep in the pack in car 0. Colarusso already challenging for 3rd spot in just 3 laps after starting deep in the field in car 0. Race leader still the 35 of Ashton. Heilman looking to the inside now. New race leader at the scoring line officially will be Jonathan Heilman. Ashton hanging on to 2nd and making contact with the 0 of Colarusso. They slammed sides in turn 1. Colarusso got the better of it, stealing the runner-up position. Now Ashton is door-to-door with Jason Holder's 74 car. Heated action in the middle of the pack. Teddy Gabala in the 3 is the only car that doesn't have somebody glued to his outside, and quickly he does as Mike Bacalon takes a spot away from Tony Manganello and is quickly challenging Teddy Gabala. Bacalon got way too high in turn 4, saved the car, but loses 2 positions here on lap 6. Jason Holder secures the 3rd position from Ashton in 35. Then the 3 of Teddy Gabala pulls even with Ashton. Drivers have broken away from the rest of this field. Up front, the 15 car, the Nemacolin Woodlands. Martinelli's Auto 15 of Jonathan Heilman leading the J. Poli Incorporated 0 of Dink Colarusso. And they're trading paint in the battle for 4th. It's Teddy Gabala in the 3, 50 of Tony Manganello and 35 of Ashton. Here on lap 8, they are jockeying for positions back there in a big way, but the lead battle intensifies in turn 3. Dink Colarusso nearly has a wheel in the grass to pull side by side with Jonathan Heilman. Officially at the scoring line, lap number 9, the new race leader is Dink Colarusso. Jonathan Heilman slipping back to second by about 3 car lengths now on the back straight. Challenge for third, half a straightaway behind the leaders. Tony Manganello in 50 makes a pass of the 74 of Jason Holder. And we got a caution flag on the speedway for the 57 of Andrew Castelnik, a borrowed car from the Minjok Racing stable. Andrew Castelnik in car 57. You see the 41 is crossed out so that our scorers will call that machine 57 as he borrowed that race car. Green flag waves. Dink Colarusso is the race leader. We have 15 laps remaining, and Colarusso's 0 car, along with teammate Tony Manganello in the 50, are surrounding the 15 of Jonathan Heilman in second. The AK chassis team in podium positions right now and looking to make a sweep as Manganello has quickly pulled up to the rear bumper of Heilman. Working lap 11, Jason Holder 4th, Teddy Gabala 5th. Best battle on the speedway is about to be for second as Tony Manganello and the 15 of Jonathan Heilman tucked in behind the race leaders. Crossed flags at the starter's stand indicate halfway for leader Dink Colarusso. 15 of Heilman now gets loose in second position. This could be the opportunity that Manganello wanted in the 50 car. Battle for second as well as a heated battle for fourth. Make that fifth now as Holder is in sole possession of fourth. It's Teddy Gabala in the 3 and the 31 of Sean Phillips going side by side in turns 1 and 2 here on lap 14. Now Phillips has cleared the 3 of Gabala, but they have both closed back up on the 74 of Holder. Side by side for second now out of turn 4. And at the scoring line, Tony Manganello takes the runner-up spot from Jonathan Heilman. And now the AK chassis teammates are 1 and 2 on the racetrack. Heilman in third. It's still Teddy Gabala side by side with Jason Holder for fourth and Sean Phillips a close fifth. And there's contact in that battle for fourth as the 31 of Phillips and the 3 of Gabala get together. That allows Holder to gain about 4 car lengths in his possession of fourth spot. Now up front it gets interesting. The teammates out of the AK chassis team. Tony Manganello in the 50 car has not won a feature in 2009. Dink Colarusso in the 0 has won 7 times. Last year Manganello was a 2-time winner, and it looks like Manganello may have the faster race car. Will the teammates make contact in the battle for the top spot? 18 laps completed of 25. And they do make contact in the fight for the lead. Teammates going at it for the win. Working lap 19 of 25, there's action happening all over the racetrack. The battle for fourth on the back straight finds Sean Phillips side by side with Jason Holder, and the battle up front is the teammates. Dink Colarusso, the longtime veteran from Greensburg. The points leader is out in front. In second with 5 laps to go. Tony Manganello, a 3-year racer who won his first 2 feature events in 2008 and looking for victory lane for the first time in 09. They have broken away from the 15 of Jonathan Heilman, so this is now a 2-horse race for the final 4 laps. Manganello just inches off the rear bumper of Dink Colarusso in the 0. Both cars sponsored by J. Poli Incorporated and Tube City Beer. How bad does Tony Manganello want to win his first race of the season? Manganello seems to have the faster car, and if he wanted to, he could take the necessary steps to move the points leader, his teammate, out of the way with 2 laps to go. Into turn 1, they are definitely making contact. Bumper to bumper, Dink Colarusso and Tony Manganello. Into turn 3, they will see the white flag from chief starter Denny Carson this time. Manganello got onto the apron just a bit. Will it be an 8th win for Colarusso or a first win for Manganello? The AK chassis team looking for a sweep of the top 2 spots down the back straight the final time. Points leader out in front and will get another victory. It will be Dink Colarusso taking the checkered flag. Tony Manganello finishes 2nd. Jonathan Heilman in 3rd. Sean Phillips up to 4th after a disastrous start. And in 5th, it's Jason Holder in 74. For you, a trophy for you. Now, Dink, you got a little contact there near the end of the race in a car that's painted just exactly like this one. Are there any team orders when you guys are battling each other out there?
No, other than Adam doesn't want us to crash out. He doesn't want us to crash and take each other out. Other than that, Tony's been working really hard since he got back in this to be as fast as me. And I got to honestly say, Tony had a faster car tonight because he caught me. He just couldn't figure out how to get around me. I was throwing some old veteran moves at him, is why we held on.
You've got a couple years on Tony now, don't you? Be honest, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna think it's about 13 or 14 years. It's it's probably about 18 years of racing experience on him.
Hey, let's talk about this car. Awfully fast again tonight. An opportunity to thank all these crew members and the sponsors.
Yeah, my hat's off to everybody that works on this car. Like I said, I very seldom work on it during the week with my work schedule. Adam Castelnik and Tony for giving me an opportunity. Jay Steiner Heating and AC, Jay Poli, Tube City Beer, Sign Designs by D. My cousin Vincent, his buddy Sweeney for helping us out. T&M Repair, Murphy's Welding, Steve's Auto Service, and Steve Black, all the help he gives. Got to thank Gary Wilchout and Robbie Van Fleet, his crew chief, for all the technical advice they've given me this year. Hopefully we got them all.
There he is, the points leader with an 8th victory on the season. Ladies and gentlemen, Dink Colarusso. 1, row 2, and row 3, all looking for first career wins as the green flag waves. Early race leader is young Bill Schwartz from McKeesport. 48 is Koffler the third. 05 is Koffler Jr. We're 3 wide all over the racetrack in the middle of the pack. And ladies and gentlemen, battling for second, father and son. The 48 of Paul Koffler the third surrenders second position to Paul Koffler Jr., a feature winner in 05 from West Leisenring, PA, and Dave Kumpfmiller in the 73, using the very top of the racetrack to move into third. Side by side for fourth, it's the 23 of Eugene Hillbilly Zerfoss, 48 of Koffler, and now the 5 of Dunmeyer, nearly making it 3 wide on the back straight. They made contact. Points leader Matt Sever dives to the inside. We stay 3 wide. 83 car started last. He's up inside the top 5, and there's more 3 wide coming down the front straight. Look at that action as the 2 of professional wrestler Andres Suarez steals a position away, and the 71 of Knight spins up toward the outside wall. We're going to need a caution flag. Driver doing double duty tonight in car 71 is 6th. Andres Suarez, the Maryland driver, is 7th. And look at that start. Cars are still kind of stacking up there as a result of that start. It was Dunmeyer in the 5 who jumped just a bit. Now we're 3 wide on the back straight. Suarez on the inside, Dunmeyer, and then Sever. Challenge for the lead, the 73 of Kampfmiller and the 31 of Schwartz, and we got contact into turn 1. Suarez got into the left rear of Zerfoss, and there's the lead change coming out of turn number 2. That tiny little Honda of Dave Kampfmiller moving around the Chevy Cavalier of Bill Schwartz. Matt Sever coming all the way from the back of the field. He's into 3rd spot now, trying to challenge Schwartz for 2nd. Kampfmiller, the race leader, Sever in 2nd. Here we are, still going to be 3 wide into turn 1 with the 05 of Koffler, the 2 of Suarez, the 23 of Zerfoss. The 5 of Dunmeyer moves around the 31 of early race leader Schwartz as Koffler nearly pounded the outside wall there on the back straight in the 05 car. 43 car of Dan Brink from Marion Center is slow on the racetrack. Contact is being made in the battle for 4th. Andres Suarez is knocking on the rear bumper of the 31 of Bill Schwartz. As Brink's 43 heads pit side. We're working lap 8 of 25. Extra distance special event tonight for the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. Dave Kampfmiller in car 73 is the race leader. Matt Sever, the 7-time winner, is 2nd. Larry Dunmeyer, the 4-time winner, is 3rd. Then Andres Suarez and the 23 of Zerfoss, completing the top 5 with 9 laps in the books of 25. Kampfmiller's lead in car 73 seems to be holding constant over the 83 of Sever. Keep in mind, Sever started last in this field, so he's passed every car but one. Leader on the back straight headed into turn 3 is the 73 of Kampfmiller, and the 83 of Sever is 2nd. Now approaching the Sean Rich 46 car to put him a lap down. And on the front straight, Rich now goes a lap down to leader Kampfmiller. Now the lead interval shrinks as Kampfmiller's 73 car enters turn 1. Heavy traffic in front of the leaders. First, it's the 44 of Mary Catherine Shimko. Kampfmiller around the outside. Look at this. We may go 3 wide with the race leader, and there's a spin right in front of the leaders. Kevin Ludwig makes contact with the 11 of Shelton that goes around, and we got us a caution flag, an incident that happened right in front of the race leaders. 4th, it's half-price night. We get set to go back to racing. Dave Kampfmiller in 73, not up to speed on the start, and Matt Sever storms by. Larry Dunmeyer storms by. Kampfmiller backing up on the restart. Andres Suarez in the 2 will be the next driver to challenge the early race leader. Now out in front, 7-time feature winner Matt Sever from West Newton. Sever, the race leader. Larry Dunmeyer 2nd. Early race leader Dave Kampfmiller 3rd. 4th, Andres Suarez. And a battle for 5th, it's the 05 of Koffler And the 23 is Zerfoss. Working lap 14 of 25 for the Coca-Cola Super Compacts in their biggest event of the season. And we need a caution flag for fluid on the racetrack. There's an oil spill. Got some fluid on the speedway as the one of Koffler Sr. just pulled in. It could have been from his machine. Tire 31 car. And we get set to go green. The Martinelli's Auto Service 83 of Matt Sever leads him back up to full speed. Andres Suarez takes a position from the Kampf-Miller 73 as we're 3 wide in the middle of the back straight. Koffler, Schwartz, and Knight. Suarez now up to 3rd in car number 2, closing in on Dunmeyer, in fact. Again, a dismal restart for Kampf-Miller. Every time we throw the green flag, the 73 car falls back a couple of spaces. Challenge for 4th position. Kampf-Miller trying to regain a position that he lost on the restart, making a pass of Koffler in 05. Lap 17 of 25. Sever, the race leader. Dunmeyer in 2nd. Suarez got 3rd on the restart, but again, Kampf-Miller building up some momentum after the terrible restart, looking to take the 3rd spot away again. Heated battle for 3rd. Kampf-Miller in 73 and Andres Suarez in 2. And side by side behind them, it's Knight in 71 and Zerfoss in 23. Great action happening everywhere, but in the top 2 positions as Sever and Dunmeyer are running away with this one. We got a big problem in turn 1. Early race leader Dave Kampf-Miller goes around while battling the 2 of Suarez, and we need a caution flag. 4th, it's Troy Knight, who's passed nearly every car in this field, coming back from that spin as the green flag waves. Larry Dunmeyer in the 5 has got to be happy with the double file restart policy right now. Nevertheless, he still falls back 2 car lengths to leader Sever. Koffler in 3rd, and look at the battle for 4th. Zerfoss on the inside, Knight on the outside. Matt Sever, the race leader, by about 6 or 8 car lengths over Dunmeyer. Just moments ago, Dink Colarusso became the season's first 8-time feature winner, and Matt Sever may be able to do the very same in just a few laps. Laps to go this time. Best battle is for 4th, Zerfoss and Knight. Knight on the outside in 71. Knight doing double duty in the modified division as well tonight. This time it's the white flag waving for the young West Newton, Pennsylvania driver. Last season, Matt Sever competed at the Jennerstown Speedway and was a feature winner in super compact action. This season, racing close to his home at the Motordrome Speedway, has dominated the win column, leads the championship point standings, And headed for a checkered flag in the biggest event of the season for the Coca-Cola Super Compacts, Matt Sever picks up win number 8 over Larry Dunmeyer, Paul Koffler Jr., Eugene Zerfoss, and Troy Knight. Well, Matt Sever, the first question I have for you, competing on street tires are the rule of this division on a really hot night, 10 extra laps. Was the handling going away on these tires on such a warm night?
I think it was actually coming in. I could not believe what happened. You know, we started in the back and we struggled a little bit in practice and we dropped all our pressures a couple pounds because we knew they were going to come up. And I don't even know what caused this thing to do that, but it just, midway through the race, it just started handling that bottom line like crazy, and it was fast.
Having extra laps tonight and starting as far back in the field as you did, I thought you might take a more conservative approach early on in the race. You were blowing by them just like this was a 15-lapper.
Well, I had a lot of fast cars to run against tonight. I know the 5-car Tex, I got to thank him. He ran me good tonight, and he was fast. We had a good heat race, and I was worried because I didn't know what was going to happen, but you know, you can't really sit in the back and wait for things to happen. I mean, anything can happen. You get caught up in a wreck or something. So my plan was I wanted to get to the top 5 and then just duke it out with the other guys.
And how about a chance to thank the sponsors and crew for this win on the biggest night of the season for the Coca-Cola Super Compacts?
Man, I got to thank all these guys. They've been helping us out all year. This has been a great year. EESI, Lux Brothers, Mr. and Mrs. Martinelli and Martinelli's Auto Service, McGowan Stauffer, all these people that help us every week. I just got to thank them because without that, this year wouldn't even be happening.
There he is, the championship points leader. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Sever. On the pole, Eat Fresh Challenge driver Gary Wiltrout to his outside. Green flag waves for 50 laps. The 95 of Gary Wiltrout takes the lead from outside of row 1. Gregory Kelly into second. Side by side for third, young Nathan Russell in 26 and former champion Bobby Henry in 11. Then just behind them, Mark Catone, the points leader in 31, and Mark Poole, the 3-time winner in 96. Oh, contact up at the front of the field. Gregory Kelly gets into the 95 of Wiltrout, and his teammate Bobby Henry is collected. The 96 of Mark Poole rolls to a stop. Todd Price comes to a stop, as does John Komarinsky. 59 of Kyle Martell spins to avoid, but the 44 of Gregory Kelly, the D&K Sales and Service Froggy 44, making contact with race leader Gary Wiltrout. Nathan Russell leads him to the green flag. Nathan Russell in car 26, the sophomore driver trying to fend off 3-time feature winner this season, veteran Mark Poole in 96, and Poole makes an inside move to pass for the lead on lap number 3. Now side by side with Russell, 2-time Motordrome champion Mark Catone, who takes the runner-up position, and Catone's chief championship nemesis for 2009, Barry Audi, glides the 75 car into 3rd position. Up front, Mark Poole and Mark Catone, door to door in turn number 4. Each of these drivers has been in victory lane in 2009. Catone with 1 victory, and Poole with 3. Catone with the points lead, looking to take the race lead on lap number 6, and he will out of turn 4. Driving a brand new race car, Mark Catone in car 31 becomes the leader of this event on lap 6 of 50. Mark Poole in 2nd, Barry Audi 3rd. Neil Brown, the leading winner of the season, started deep in this field. He is now racing in the 4th position. And Barry Audi in 75 is trying to challenge the 96 of Poole. We got a spin in turn 4. Caution flag is out. Joe Moose in car 83 goes around to bring out the caution flag. Remaining Mark Catone, Mark Poole, Barry Audi, Neil Brown, and Nathan Russell take the green flag. The 15 of Todd Price with a serious mechanical problem on the back straight. The Ross's Shop and Save Ford, number 15, I believe has broken an axle or a rear end. And the Allen Bank, Pennsylvania driver heads pit side. The Stoystown Auto Wrecking Frankie Day Oldies Show Ford, sponsored by Ross's Shop and Save, heads pit side with a serious mechanical problem. Up front, Mark Catone on lap 9 has about a 2 or 3 car length advantage over Mark Poole, but Mark Poole is in jeopardy of losing the second position to the 75 of Barry Audi. Black flag issued for John Komarinsky, who's ready to lose the entire front bodywork on the Miller Lite 33. Lap 10, and the battle for second position, Barry Audi and Mark Poole. Audi has not taken a checkered flag at Motordrome in more than half a decade. And now the veteran looks to move into position number 2 on lap 11. Poole is using the high side of the speedway very successfully to hold off Audi's advances. And now up to 4th, Neil Brown in car 98, last week's big Commonwealth Contracting 100 winner. Mark Catone in car 31 is beginning to extend his lead over Mark Poole, who has his hands full with 75 Barry Audi. This time on the back straight, Barry Audi in 75 looks to have his best run to the inside of Mark Poole. And in turn 4, closing that gap on the battle for second position, it remains Poole by a fender and a door on lap 15, holding off the 75 of Audi. Now Audi feeling the pressure of Neil Brown in 98. Just a second ago, Audi was looking to claim second spot. Now he's back in 4th. He has lost numerous car lengths to the 96 of Poole and even lost a position, and it's to Neil Brown in 98. Barry Audi in the Stoystown Auto Wrecking. Wheeler Brothers Chevrolet 75 sliding back to 4th. Moving up, it's Neil Brown in 98. Mark Poole still in 2nd, and Mark Catone with an advantage of about 5 car lengths here on lap 17. Back on the scoreboard in position number 5, it's Gary Wiltrout in car 95. After that hard collision exiting turn 2, Wiltrout is back in 5th position. Wiltrout is an entire straightaway behind the front 4, but with 1 caution flag, that distance would be easily made up. And working lap number 18, the best battle on the speedway is for 7th, the 44 of Kelly and the 1 of Steve Black. Now the battle for second heats up. In turn number 2, headed down the back straight, Mark Poole holding on to the runner-up spot by less than a car length over Neil Brown's 98 car. Brown, the leading winner of the season, side by side with Poole. Those 2 drivers side by side represent 10 victories this season combined in the Subway Super Late Models. And Brown has cleared Poole dangerously, taking the second position. Nearly contact entering turn 3, but Brown now with a 2 car length advantage on lap 21 into the second position, and Barry Audi in 75 now in the 4th spot seems to be closing back and gaining some of that distance that he lost to Mark Poole at the time that Poole and Audi were 2nd and 3rd on the racetrack. Out of competition tonight, Bobby Henry in 11, Michael Zombar in 64, Todd Price in 15 and John Komarinsky in 33. Mark Catone's lead on lap 23 is about 1/3 of a straightaway over Neil Brown. Then Mark Poole and Barry Audi. Top 4 cars are a full straightaway ahead from Wiltrout, who's battled his way back up to 5th. Race leader Mark Catone in car 31 will approach the lapped machine of Joe Moose. The 83 car will go a lap down to the leaders in turn 3. Crossed flags signal halfway through tonight's NASCAR Subway Super Late Model feature. And Mark Catone is the race leader. Neil Brown in 2nd, Mark Poole in 3rd, Barry Audi 4th, Gary Wiltrout 5th. 6th spot is early race leader Nathan Russell. 7th, it's Steve Black. 8th, Gregory Kelly. And 9th, Kyle Martell after the pit stop. On lap 27, Mark Catone is holding a steady interval over the leading winner of the season, Neil Brown, in 2nd. Battle for 7th heats up in the middle of the front straight, headed into turn 1, the 1 of Steve Black and the 44 of Gregory Kelly. A couple of orange race cars have been glued side by side for a full 3 laps. We're working circuit number 30 of 50. Black and Kelly are both graduates of the former truck division here at Motordrome. Both are former champions of the truck division here at Motordrome. If they're swapping paint, nobody would know because both cars are the same color, but now Kelly makes a miscue. And Black, all by himself now, in the 7th position in car number 1, the Penn West Toyota Lift Camry. Kelly, after the early race caution flag incident, into the 8th spot. On lap 32, a difference at the front of the pack. Neil Brown is now gaining on Mark Catone. Catone in car 31, who was opening up an advantage right after the restart, is now losing car lengths to Neil Brown lap by lap here on lap 33 of 50. Brown is gaining only slightly, but has 16 laps to reel in the current points leader. Mark Poole is a distant 3rd and has about 4 car lengths between himself and the 75 of Barry Audi. And now with 15 laps to go, the man at the front of this field has scored more points than any other driver in 2009 with 1 feature win. The driver in 2nd has scored more feature wins than any other driver in 2009. And looming just in front of the leaders, there will be some lapped cars. The 59 of Kyle Martell will be the first car approached by the leaders. Then it's the battle for 7th between Kelly and Black and the 83 of Joe Moose. All of those machines looming in front of race leader Mark Catone. Working lap 37, and coming up on the Joe Moose 83 car, Mark Catone will use the high lane through turn 3. And Neil Brown gains about 3 or 4 car lengths that lap on the leader. Kyle Martell in 59 will be the next machine to go a lap down. Martell using just about the same lane of the speedway as Catone, who now cuts to the inside in turn 3. Brown in 98 is still closing the gap. Now in front front of the leader are two drivers who are battling among themselves for position. Gregory Kelly in 44, who drops to the inside. Catone will pass by to the outside. Steve Black in car 1 will be the next machine to go a lap down to Mark Catone's brand new race car. A Baker Performance chassis from Akron, Ohio. And Neil Brown to the outside of both lapped cars. 10 laps remaining. These two drivers are setting a torrid pace as the one-time race leader Nathan Russell will be in jeopardy of going a lap down. The battle between Kelly and Black resumes, even though they are both now a lap down. Catone now closing into the rear bumper of Nathan Russell. Neil Brown is within about 5 car lengths of the race lead. Points leader Mark Catone dirt tracks the car out of turn 4 in a big way. The race leader having ill handling as he nearly got sideways out of turn 4. And with 7 laps to go, Neil Brown closes the distance to about 2 car lengths. Let's watch Catone's 31 car as last lap right here in turn 4. That car was all kinds of sideways, but he maintains the race lead. 6 laps to go, and Neil Brown started deep in this field to climb to the runner-up position. Will he have enough to challenge for his 8th win of the season? Or will the points leader Catone go to victory lane for the 2nd time, while debuting a brand new machine here tonight with 5 laps to go? Catone going through turn 4 smoothly that lap, and with 4 to go, Neil Brown has gained another car length. Working lap 46 of 50. Points leader and leading winner will duke it out for a feature win. They are approximately half a lap ahead of Mark Poole in 3rd position. And with 3 laps to go, the interval is about 2 car lengths. Catone goes a lane higher that time through turns 1 and 2. And Brown pulls up nearly to his rear spoiler. Last week's winner of the Commonwealth Contracting 100, Neil Brown in 2nd. Going for the lead. Now Brown is sideways in turn 4. 2 laps to go. Catone is using a lane higher on the speedway, and after his handling problems in turn 4, it's Neil Brown who's now sliding the back end of the machine. The precarious turn 4 for drivers in positions 1 and 2. Mark Catone sees the white flag. His interval is now larger than it's been at any point inside the last 5 laps. Can he make it one more time through turn number 4 without feeling the pressure of Neil Brown? Lapped car Joe Moose may be a factor in this one. Headed to the checkered flag, it will be Mark Catone winning for the 2nd time in 2009. Taking the checkered flag over Neil Brown. Coming home in 3rd position, the 96 of Mark Poole. In 4th, Barry Audi. And coming to a 5th place finish in car 95, it will be Gary Wiltrout. We got a Subway gift certificate for you. Now I'm looking at a car that's not lettered and not really finished, and I'm thinking that there's going to be an advertisement in all the trade papers very soon that a brand new Baker chassis goes to victory lane on its maiden voyage.
Boy, I gotta tell you, been a rough week. Gotta thank the crew, Baker chassis, super engines. Car was just phenomenal. Crew did a super job. Gotta thank Subway, Lasky, the fans, mom, dad, family, everybody involved with the program, all these competitors out here, all the crews, everybody works hard, everybody does a good job. And I tell you what, again, our competition here, we'll put it up against anybody in the country, because right here in Western Pennsylvania Motordrome, pretty strong competition here, and luckily the car was working pretty good out of the box, and we just picked it up last night at midnight, so it was a long night, and I'm just tickled pink because these guys, they work hard, and you know, Scott Baker helps us out, and mom and dad taking care of everything for us, and car just handled really well, and luckily we were able to get through that deal down there, and you know, good old hard racing with everybody, and just glad we could do it, and thank Subway and thank the fans.
Hey, I got another question for you. Now that this car has only been delivered at midnight tonight, your competition's got to be scared to death because you guys haven't had any time to make your own adjustments on this thing yet. Are we going to see a dominant run of feature wins to the end of the season from Mark Catone?
Well, I don't know. It's tough here with the competition, and we made some adjustments tonight, and it really went to our advantage, and we had a good starting spot and was down on the inside and was able to get through the deal, and it's just good hard racing, and again, the competitors do a super job. Anybody out here on any given night, if your car's good and you have some luck, I think, anybody can win on any given night.
And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the points leader, Mark Catone, takes the victory. Defending Charger champion Mike Lemley. 76 is modified rookie Troy Knight, and 57 is Jimmy Nicola as the green flag waves. 25 laps of action for the Wyotech Modifieds. Early race leader is Gary Scott in 16. Two veterans at the front of the field, Gary Scott and Harry Ofer. '96 of Lonnie Hoffman, right there with Brian Shipp and Chris Brink. All three of those drivers are recent feature winners. Chris Brink in car 3 always prefers the outside lane. He gains 2 positions using that groove, and now is up to 3rd in car 3. Chris Brink, the Glenn Campbell Gambler, using the outside lane of the 0-1 of Harry Ofer, falls back into 3rd position. Now Brink is ready to challenge for the lead just as quickly, going to the outside of Gary Scott. Brink in the 3 car takes the lead from Scott. Now Harry Ofer moves to the inside of the 16 car. Very close racing there in turn 3. Brian Shipp sits in the 4th spot. Adam Castelnik is 5th. And on lap 5 of 25, Adam Castelnik moves into 4th around feature winner Brian Shipp in the 40. Now Castelnik pulls up to the rear bumper of Gary Scott, and Chris Brink has already opened up a huge lead on this field in car 3. Incredible 3-wide action with open wheel race cars. Gary Scott falls back in the middle between Adam Castelnik and Brian Shipp. Can't believe we got out of that one without a caution flag. Showing veteran expertise, racing 3 wide without fenders, as Castelnik now slides into 3rd position around the injured Brian Shipp, racing with a cast as a result of a dirt bike accident. Harry Ofer in the 0-1 is in the 2nd position. And now Castelnik looks to the high side, cannot launch a pass down the back straight. Chris Brink is running away from this field in car number 3. Now Brian Shipp battles back to the inside of Castelnik. Castelnik has the car hung out sideways in turn 4. Still looking for a way around Harry Ofer here on lap 9 of 25. With Castelnik in 2nd, Harry Ofer is now feeling the pressure of Brian Shipp in the 40. Ofer back to 3rd, and we got a caution flag on the back straight. Hard impact. The 76 of Troy Knight and the 57 of Jimmy Nicola. I didn't see the incident happen, but from here, the damage to the 76 of Troy Knight looks to be significant. Knight making his first ever start in a modified, a regular competitor in the Super Compact division, sponsored by Hills Glass Express. win in 2009. 7-time winner Adam Castelnik is second. Harry Ofer is third. 40 of Brian Shipp is fourth. And Gary Scott is fifth and working lap number 10. Adam Castelnik looking to challenge Chris Brink. Castelnik always happy on the low side of the speedway. Brink is always happiest up high. We got a spin on the front straight. Bill Rebar brings the 18 car around, and we're going to need a caution flag. The young sophomore driver from Smithton, Pennsylvania. Time champion Adam Castelnik back to the green flag. Harry Ofer sits third. Then it's the Shipp brothers, Brian in 40, Bobby in 04 as we work lap 11. And Castelnik has a good run on the inside of Chris Brink for the lead. Brink seemed to be just a bit superior on that last green flag stanza of laps, but now Castelnik right there with the Viglione Racing Machine to challenge for the lead, and officially scored as the leader on lap 12 as Castelnik had the bumper of the 60 car out in front of Brink. Now Brink reclaims the lead by a full car length and a half on the back straight. Then it's Harry Ofer third, the Shipp brothers, youngest Brian and older Bobby, in fourth and fifth positions. Working lap number 13, and we got another spin on the front straight. It's Jimmy Nicola in car 57 going around. In second. No start that time, no start. Waving it off, it was no start as Chris Brink jumped on the hammer early. And a unison restart perfectly in turn number 4. Contact made among the leaders. Chris Brink in the 3 and the 60 of Castelnik might be driving directly into each other around the speedway. Last week, the action got heated near the finish between these two competitors, and now Brink muscles his way back up front by inches on lap 14. Headed into turn 1, they're still leaning on each other in open-wheeled race cars. Incredible action. Harry Ofer makes a miscue, loses several car lengths in fourth position. But look at this action up front. Bobby Shipp in third is closing in on the leaders because they're banging on each other for the top 2 positions. Chris Brink nearly going sideways and spins from the lead battle in car 3. Very much like last Friday night as Chris Brink was challenging then leader Adam Castelnik near the conclusion of the feature and spun. And this week it's early on and Brink is the leader being challenged by Castelnik. Green flag waves once again. Bobby Shipp in the 04 car loses about 3 car lengths at the wave of the green flag to Adam Castelnik. And now the 04 has his brother in his rearview mirror as the 40 of Brian Shipp takes a spot away from Harry Ofer here on lap 16. It's now Castelnik followed by the Shipp brothers, then Harry Ofer and Lonnie Hoffman. Hoffman has his hands full right now as George Nicola is to his outside in car 97. And a spin from the 57 of Jimmy Nicola in turn 2. If that car's able to move out of that space, we will not need a caution flag. But we're gonna have to slow the action one more time for Jimmy Nicola in 57. Nicola, the second generation racer, the longtime veteran, sitting in fourth spot as the green flag waves. This time, Shipp no match for Castelnik on the restart, but Ofer back up into third, moving around the 40 of Brian Shipp. As Castelnik leads Bobby Ship, the best battle is for third with Brian Ship in the 40, trying to reclaim the third spot that he lost to Harry Opfer on the restart. And just behind them, here comes Chris Brink battling back through the field alongside George Nicola. With 5 laps to go, Chris Brink is back inside the top 5 with his number 3 car. Castelnik is pulling away from Bobby Ship with the race lead. And now Chris Brink moving around the 01 of Harry Opfer, trying to slide into the 4th position. George Nicola looking to crack the top 5 in his 97 car. Laps to go, the signal given to the Wyotech modified field. Adam Castelnik with a healthy lead over Bobby Ship. Brian Ship took the 3rd spot back from Harry Opfer, but may have to fight off Chris Brink before the end of this one to maintain a podium position. White flag is waving, and the current division points leader. Oh, we got a spin in turn number 3. Caution flag for the Troy Knight number 76 car. And it looks like this feature distance will be extended 1 lap to give these racers an opportunity to get back up to full speed. 2 complete green flag laps are needed to checker off this race, so it will become a 26-lap event. Now in position with the Ship brothers to challenge Adam Castelnik. Green flag is out. And Ship again loses about 2 car lengths at the wave of the green flag. Chris Brink is into the 3rd position after the caution flag incident. White flag signals final lap. And look at Brink. The Glenn Campbell Gambler moves to the outside. He takes away the 2nd position on the final lap. Will he be able to close into the rear bumper of Adam Castelnik at the finish? Castelnik will win it over Chris Brink, Bobby Ship, Brian Ship, and Harry Opfer. I thought we might first talk about the race, but I'd rather talk about this unique haircut that you're sporting tonight. You're not a man of your 80s, but you're sure looking like one here in Victory Lane. What's this all about?
Guys at the shop just harassed me, said I wouldn't do it, and I was getting a haircut last night down the shop, and Howie was there. It's a tribute for Howie, you know, he's half bald, and but I gotta say, I don't know what the 3's all mad about, man. I guess 8 wheels handle better than 4. You know, I mean, if he wouldn't have run into me, he wouldn't have spun out, but I guess it's just racing.
That's a couple weeks in a row now. It seems like Brink and the Ship brothers kind of dialing in just a little bit. You've got about 4 other top-notch cars that you have to move past now when you start at the back of this field. Are you taking a different mental approach now that the competition is getting a little bit stiffer?
Well, one thing I can say about the Ship brothers, you know what I mean, I can race some guys hard. I ain't worried about them dirtying me or nothing, but everybody in this field, man, we never know what the 3's going to do. He's so unpredictable.
But very predictable is another victory for this Viglione racing team. And how about a chance to thank the sponsors and crew?
First, I got to say, this is for Miss Colarusso. Dink put the pressure on me. Me, him, and Neil got a little bet going who could get the most wins. And hey, this is one from Miss Colarusso. Got to thank Buzzy and Dawn of Viglione, Harry Lazader, he's the engine builder, Bowling Machine, TCI Circle-Matic, Tube City Beer, because on a hot night like tonight and we had the race late, I got a lot of catching up to do on drinking.
There he is with a brand new haircut. Ladies and gentlemen, 5-time champion Adam Castelnik. 15 laps for the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers, and the rookies lead him to the green. John Scott and Steve Settle bring him into turn 1. The 04 of Christoffel may have been pushing Settle out to the lead, but now we're 3 wide, heavy traffic on the back straight. 3 wide and nearly 4. Kristen Ettling making some moves through the middle. Christoffel falling back just a bit. 71 of John Scott making it a rookie sandwich with Denny Keller in the middle. The 3 3 of Steve Settle, the early race leader. The 13 of Denny Keller and the 71 of John Scott playing some bumper tag there through the field. Heat race winner tonight, Ed Shelton, might be having a career performance here as he's got the former champion to his inside, and John Scott spinning in front of this field. Everybody does a great job to avoid further contact. Boy, did Ed McConnell in 48 make a great move to just barely scrape the 71 car. Looked like there was some contact between the 04 of Christoffel, the winning veteran, and the rookie in 71, Scott. Pace restart by Steve Settle, who now jumps on the hammer over Denny Keller. Jimmy Christoffel, Ed Shelton, and Kristen Ettling. Ettling takes a position away from Shelton. 3 wide on the back straight, including the championship points leaders, who are both racing beneath the 20 of Ed Shelton. Keller grabs the position, Gardner wisely backs off, and Kristen Ettling is about to challenge a feature-winning veteran in the 04, Jimmy Christoffel from Jefferson Hills. Steve Settle continues to lead this event in car 3 over Denny Keller. Settle looking for a career first win. Steve Settle, the race leader, is a graduate of 4-cylinder competition on the dirt tracks. And look at Kristen Ettling trying to fight for 3rd position, sliding between 2 veterans. She threads the needle in an attempt to steal the inside lane from Jimmy Christoffel. No change for position right now, but you can feel something is about to happen, and here it comes. Kristen Ettling to the inside on the front straight. Jimmy Christoffel's brand new race car losing a position here on lap 6 of 15. Ettling up to 3rd. Here comes Matt Gardner. Gardner fought his way around the 1 of Keller and now looks to the inside of Christoffel. Steve Settle, the 4-cylinder dirt track veteran, leading the way. Coming up on the midpoint of this feature event, and Kristen Ettling has made some great moves, but now she's about to feel the pressure of the points leader. The Nowak painting, West Side Lube and Tires 7 of Matt Gardner, diving beneath the 8 of Kristen Ettling. Steve Settle, the rookie driver, is opening up a lead now over Denny Keller, as Kristen Ettling finds a way to look to the inside of the 13 car. Very close racing in turn 3. Just about to trade paint. Denny Keller looking to get a purple fender out of this exchange and hangs on to 2nd spot by inches. Matt Gardner may now be pushing Kristen Ettling into the 2nd position. It's a line of Kellers on the outside with Ettling and Gardner to the inside, and Ettling pulls into the runner-up spot. Here comes Gardner. He's going to take a spot from Keller and challenge Ettling at the same time. Now the Keller cousins are side by side in turn 4. Ah, the fun of the Charger division. Now let's turn our sights to the leader, the 3 of Steve Settle. He races on dirt tracks with a 4-cylinder car on Saturday night and is a rookie to the 8-cylinder Chargers and to the pavement racing surface of Motordrome every Friday. Already this season, 2 division rookies have won, although both significantly younger than Steve Settle. And now the young Kristen Ettling is in 2nd spot, gaining slightly on the leader. Matt Gardner, the points leader, is 3rd on the racetrack. Tracy Keller now 4th, as Denny Keller is back to 5th and about to get a challenge from Jimmy Christoffel. Three laps to go. If Ettling and Gardner stay single file, they may be able to catch Settle. But if they start battling among themselves, we're going to have another rookie feature winner. This time Ettling gains a couple of car lengths in turn 4. 2 laps to go, the signal given from the starter stand. The Swank-sponsored number 3 of Steve Settle will now approach the lapped car. This time he opens it up by a couple car lengths over Ettling. White flag waving. Matt Gardner very close to the rear bumper of Kristen Ettling on the final lap for the Chargers. Steve Settle with about a 3 car length advantage. Ettling in second. She's had a top 3 finish already this season. Gardner looking to take away the runner-up spot. But coming out of turn 4, another rookie feature winner in the Chargers. Steve Settle takes the checkered flag over Kristen Ettling, Matt Gardner, Tracy Keller, and Denny Keller. All right, Steve, you got a plaque. Take a moment, read that. You've never had one before. Here's the Subway gift certificate that goes with feature wins. Now, let me ask you about your racing career. This uniform is all covered in dirt. Tell us what you've been doing in the sport of auto racing prior to this season.
Oh, I do a lot of racing at Farmington Speedway and Cumberland, Maryland, up at the Rock and stuff on dirt, and 4-cylinder front-wheel drive, and I'm still getting used to this thing. It finally come around.
I would say it come around because you held off some heavy hitters. Now, you had a good starting spot tonight. Did you feel before the race started that this was really going to be your night, or were you unsure of what the car had?
I was unsure of what the ar had. I mean, I've started in the front before, and it's tough, man. I had some heavy hitters behind me. I knew it, too. But we held them off.
It was a very clean race for you. Tell us what it feels like for the first time to be standing here in Motordrome Victory Lane.
Oh, it feels great. It feels great. I won a heat race there a few weeks ago, and I thought I was on top of the world, but this is pretty good. It's pretty good.
And a chance to thank your sponsors and crew.
I want to thank Summit Motors, Swank Associated Companies who I work for. They try to get me here as much as they can. Paul Koffler Jr. helps him work on a car. Paul Koffler Sr. I want to thank Mike Lemley for selling me a good car. His dad. My wife, she lets me do this stuff all the time. She's just right there with me all the time. So we have fun.
Fun indeed. From Victory Lane for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, division rookie Steve Settle takes the checkered flag.